This is Wrecker. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you guys another one of the build videos. This one in particular is a Marksman rifle build. Uh, Now before we jump in, I just wanted to make a video, not only a build video, but I will be giving you a few tips to reach the maximum amount of headshot damage that you can reach on a Marksman rifle build. Now there's a few ways to build a Marksman rifle build, but the thing is I haven't gone for any crit chance or crit damage at all. It's all headshot damage stacked all over. So because I have been testing this build out for weeks now, and what I have observed that you can basically one tap on the head on any difficulty NPC without critting at all. So it doesn't matter if you crit or not, it's still gonna one shot on the head. So that's the reason I'm going for headshot damage all out with a bit of weapon handling where I can. So, but again, that's personal preference. You can go with the critical hit chance and hit damage thing if you want, but you're gonna lose a bunch of headshot damage if you do that. But then again, it's your opinion. So, before we jump into the build, let me go through the specialization first. It's a no-brainer basically. When it comes to rifles and marksman rifle, sharpshooter is the best specialization, as everybody knows, but that's just my opinion. You can change it up if you want, but I'd say to use this one. A few reasons, obviously, because as you can see, 15% increased headshot damage, then we have 15% stability and reduced recoil, and then we have an armor kit which makes you immune to status effects for 20 seconds. Also the flashbang to blind enemies, that's pretty handy. And also these three in particular, 10% headshot damage to your teammates if you're playing in a group. Then you will get extra armor when you're in cover, and then it also regenerates ammo for your rifle and marksman rifle every 10 seconds. So that's a plus point. And the very last one that I'd say to must go with, that's a digital scope that you can get from this specialization if you unlock rifles, which by the way I am using on my secondary weapon. That's the White Death. That's a named marksman rifle, so that's pretty handy. So that's for the specialization. Now if we go back to the build, okay, so here's the build, everyone. So I'm basically using 3-piece aces, 2-piece Rolly, and 1-piece Walker and Harris. Now before I jump into each piece and stats, let me go to the general stats section and show you guys what I'm sitting at. As you can see, I do have a very tiny bit of critical hit chance and also crit damage, but these are like base numbers. I'm not going for any of the two. What I'm going for is this headshot damage. As you can see in the Mantis, I'm sitting at 320. If I switch over to my White Death, it goes up to 351%. Now that's huge. Now if I switch to the TAC 50, it goes even higher. That's 354. Now it all depends, what mods do you have, what attributes do you have on your gear pieces, but these are basically my numbers as per the pieces that I have and the mods that I do. But go back to the build. As a primary, that's a no-brainer. I'm running a Mantis. That's an amazing weapon. And also the talent that it has, it's called it in plain sight. That works really good actually if you're using the decoy skill, which I am using. In fact, it keeps the enemies off of you most of the time, because as soon as you get a headshot, it's gonna refresh your skill. So that's pretty handy. All the time it's gonna get refreshed as soon as you're getting headshots, which is the main core reason for this build in the first place. So anyhow, the secondary that I'm running, that's a White Death. That's a named marksman rifle, which I'm sure you guys are aware of. The reason I'm running it got an insane base damage. That's 1.1 billion with this build, And not only that, the particular reason that I'm running at is the attributes that it comes with. That's 137% headshot damage. Now that's the only weapon which comes with this high marksman weapon and headshot damage, so that's the reason I'm running it. It hits really hard. So going back to the pieces, again running 3 aces, 2 Heroldi, and 1 Walker and Harris. Let me show you the brand bonuses real quick, and then we can go to the attributes. 3-piece aces gives you 15% marksman rifle damage, and 3-piece gives you 30% headshot damage. If you switch to Heroldi, 2-piece, that gives you 10% marksman and 15% headshot damage. Now the very last piece that I'm using, that's a named chest piece from Walker and Harris. It's called the Chain Killer. The only reason that I'm using that is because the perfect headhunter. Now you can, stack an additional 15% on top of this particular build if you change one piece to Providence. Because let me just show you real quick. Yeah, there we go. If you change one piece from Walker and Harris to Providence, it's gonna give you 15% headshot damage, but then again you're gonna lose the perfect headhunter. You can go with the normal one, but I like using the perfect version, and the one that I have, it's pretty much maxed except the weapon damage, but that's around like 80-85% I'd say, so it works for me. So as for the attributes on all gear pieces, as I have told earlier, I have gone with headshot damage in particular. No crit chance, no crit damage, headshot damage, and weapon handling wherever I can. So as you can see in the mask, headshot damage, on the holsters same thing, and on the knee pads same exact thing, 10% headshot damage along with weapon damage. So if you go to roll the pieces, this is what I would recommend to run as a talent. If you want on the backpack, concussion, that's a really good talent because you are gonna be hitting headshots all the time, if not every time, so it's gonna give you 10% weapon boost each time you get a headshot. You do not need a kill, you just need a headshot. So it's gonna give you 10% for 5 seconds since we're using marksman rifle, and if you get the kill, it's gonna give you an additional 15% for 10 seconds, so that's huge. So that's basically 25% for just getting headshots. There are a few other good alternatives that if you guys want you can run with it, like vigilance or any other that you want, but for me, concussion is a really good talent, especially if you are gonna be running headshots most of the time. But that's my opinion, you can run whatever you want. As for the chest piece, I already told, that's perfect headhunter, no brainer. That's a huge chunk of weapon damage, when it comes to this particular talent. 800% is no joke, and when you get a headshot, it will be raised to 1250% in addition. So that's a huge number when it comes to weapon damage. So as for the mods, no brainer, you're gonna have to stack headshot damage on all 3 modes: mask, backpack, and the chest piece, which I have done. I've got 2 maxed out ones, and one is sitting at 9.8%, but I'll get the max one sooner or later, we'll see. But this is good enough for now. Now as for the skills, I'm running a decoy. It works really well. Don't worry about the duration and cooldowns, because as soon as you get a headshot, it's gonna refresh the cooldown on your decoy. And as for the secondary, a revive hive, sure, because that's mandatory, especially if you're running solo or something. Yeah, I just thought it should be good to have a revive hive handy. It helps you a lot. So this is pretty much it basically. Go to stats. As you can see, these are pretty huge numbers, as you might have seen in the initial gameplay, which I added in the beginning of the video. You can basically reach over 21 million headshots on your Mantis, and if you use your White Death, it's gonna cross over 24 million. which you might have seen in the gameplay in the shooting range. So basically you can one tap any difficulty enemy unless you're obviously fighting a heavy. They got like pretty heavy helmets, and but once you break the helmet, they go down in one shot. And, nothing works. So that's pretty much it basically. If you guys have any questions at all, ask me in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you and have a good day.